Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new speed build. Today I have a modern penthouse and I am so excited to share this build because I am really proud over it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mal. I ramble a lot and I build on The Sims. That is the main thing you need to know about me, I guess. If you watch the entire video, which this is a long one, so I recommend like getting cozied up, like get some, I don't know, tea or something to drink or something to eat, or maybe you're watching this to fall asleep like I do with speed builds, or maybe you just have this on in the background, but you know, whatever. But yeah, this is a long one, so you'll probably get to know me during this if you haven't been here before. But yeah, I almost never say I'm proud over a build that I do. Don't get me wrong, like I say I like my builds every now and again, but I almost never say I'm proud over them. I think if I ever have, because I'm not even sure that I have, but if I have, it's probably when I did the high school I did, like a couple of months back. But yeah, normally I'm not really like proud over my builds. Like I will like them, but I'm not proud per se. But I am so proud of this one. I have been wanting to build a penthouse on this lot since, I don't know, like for forever, and I knew I needed one for my save file, of course, but I have just been putting it off, and I have tried, but I've scrapped all of them because I don't know, like it's so hard. And if you've been here before, you know that like modern is not, I don't know, my main thing is usually like family suburbans, but don't get me wrong, I do like building modern, but it doesn't come as easily to me as like suburban homes do. So yeah, I've been struggling a little bit to build here, but I, like like last week, I guess, I was going through Pinterest, just like randomly looking around, and I saw like a lot of modern builds, and so I saw some that would fit for a penthouse. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try, and I'll probably end up scrapping it anyways, like I've done so many times before, but I might as well try. And yeah, it ended up actually working out this time, so I will pop the picture up on the screen right now that I went off of, and it's actually a Minecraft build. And I have no idea if the person who originally did it was inspired by a picture or if, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I just took inspiration from it, so I didn't copy it, but I took some inspiration from it, and yeah, I just wanted to give credit where credit is due. So yeah, it is originally, I guess, a Minecraft build, which I have realized recently that Minecraft builds, especially modern ones, are great for Sims. Like, I don't know why, but they just are. But yeah, so I went over that picture, and then I did, like, obviously make it mostly my own. It was kind of just like an inspiration picture to get me started. I think one of the main reasons why I've been kind of scared to build here is because it is a penthouse, and if you didn't know, in The Sims 4, we do have 3 penthouse lots. So if you have City Living, in that world, Myshuno, we have 3 penthouse lots. There we go. We have this one, which is in the fashion district, and then we have one that's in the I think it's called the arts quarter, I think, which is kind of like, you will usually see like industrial kind of penthouses there, and then there's another one that is in the financial district, and it is, I think, a lounge originally, and so yeah, there are 3 different penthouse lots, and I have already, for my save file, I've actually built a one for the arts quarter one, so like more of an industrial one, but that was, I think I built it maybe like a month before I started posting speed builds, so there isn't a speed build of it, but it is up on the gallery, so if you want to check that out, you can just like scroll on my gallery and you will find it eventually. It might take a bit, but you will find it eventually. So yeah, so I have already built one for there, and then in the financial district, the one that is originally a lounge, I think I'm going to make that into a rooftop bar or restaurant for my save file, but I haven't done that yet, so I don't know, we'll see when that happens. But yeah, so, and then there is this one again, and this one is supposed to be kind of modern, and once again, modern is not really my strong suit. And then also, I don't know, I just struggle with penthouses because you can't really leave so you can landscape Like, I did a little bit of like greenery for this build because it's me, and if you've been here before, you will know that I love me some plants and I love landscaping and stuff like that. So I decided to have some elements of that for this, but also it works out because the rest of this like build, I guess, like the build that is under this, like the apartments and stuff like that, there are some like greenery and stuff like that as well on this build already, so like it kind of makes sense. It's not just like out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't know, for me it kind of makes sense, at least a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, and then also I struggle because like, I don't know, it's just such a weird and awkward lot to build on. So the front of this house obviously is what you will see me mostly work on, and then the back is very flat, which I normally wouldn't like, but I think it fits. I don't know why, but I think it fits kind of well for a penthouse. So again, normally I would hate it, but I think it works. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because I feel like some people will be like, oh my god, the back is so like flat or whatever. And like it is, but I don't know. I think it kind of works. I think it kind of works. But yeah, so it's a huge build. And like I said, it's a long video and I tried to cut out as much as possible. I did cut out like hallways and stuff like that, and just a lot. Like obviously I tried to keep in as much as possible, but there was also some things that I had to, delete. But yeah, so it's a long one. It is a 3-story house and it's built on a 40 by 30. Like this lot size is a 40 by 30, and again, there's no like landscaping or like that, so the build takes up most of it. So there was a lot to do, and it's a big one. So I thought I would go through each floor, kind of, to like say what's on it and stuff like that, so you know everything that's in this build. But before that, I just wanted to mention that I also struggle when it comes to modern because I never know what windows and stuff like that to use. So I actually ended up using mostly these windows that came from the get together, the what is it called? The Growing Together. That's what it's called. The Growing Together expansion pack. And these are like, they're beautiful, and there are 2 different versions of it. There is one that is completely like, I mean, honestly, like a lot of the swatches are different, so there are different patterns and different swatches for these windows, but I use the white ones obviously, and the white swatch of the, I don't know, like one of the window types or whatever, it's completely bare. So it's just like one big window without any, I don't know, decoration on it or any pattern on the window at all. And then there is another version of it which have like on the side, it has like a little bit of a pattern. I think you can kind of see what I mean. And I used those on like the corners and stuff like that of the build, and it just ended up working really, really well. And so yeah, those are the windows I use the most. I thought I would just mention that in case anyone was wondering where those windows are from. And then on the 3rd floor, I also used some windows that came with, I want to say, the Desert Luxe kit. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 90% sure it's from the Desert Luxe kit. So yeah, those are the kind of like, I don't want, like the smaller windows a little bit, and they just work perfectly as well. So yeah, but anyways, going through what's in this house. So on the 1st floor, there is obviously the kitchen and the dining room. However, the living room is on the 2nd floor, so that's a little bit weird. But also on the 1st floor, there's obviously like kind of an entrance, because if you didn't know, obviously when you have a penthouse sorry, I am also kind of out of it, and I'm still a little bit sick, so this might be a little bit weird, and I'm tired, so I'm sorry if this voiceover makes like 0 sense, but I'm gonna try to at least make a little bit of sense. But yeah, if you've never like been on a penthouse lot in The Sims 4 or whatever, you basically have, I don't know, like you basically have like an elevator that leads up to the apartment, obviously, and then you can either make it so that just leads directly into the penthouse, or you can do as what I did, which is just like create a little bit of a hallway before the penthouse itself begins. And I did that for this one, and that's mostly just because, for easy sake, because otherwise if anyone just comes up into the penthouse, they would just directly enter your house, which would be kind of weird. So now you can actually like lock the door and stuff like that. And for the Sims that I imagine living here, I imagine that one of the parents is a lawyer and the other one is either an actor or a musician, so they might be famous, and if they're famous, they're gonna have fans just showing up in their house if you don't have the door locked. So I just made a little bit of hallway for that. And then also on the first floor, there is a few different hallways, of course. There is like a really, really small utility room with like a washer and a dryer. And then there's also the office, a home gym, and a like home music room, studio, whatever, which again, I'm not sure if one of the parents are into like music, if they're a musician, or if they're an actor. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do for my safe word with that, but I was definitely imagining that one of the kids, well, a teen, which I will talk about as well, yeah, I was imagining that one of the teens was really into music, so maybe that is their room, like they're a musician. I don't know. I've said this before, but like, if you want to play with this house but have like a different family dynamic from what I imagine, that's totally fine. And like just like download it, change it to whatever you need, like do whatever you want. Like again, as long as you don't upload it and claim it as your own on the gallery, I'm totally fine. Like you do whatever you want with it, because like not everyone is gonna want to play with the family dynamic that I thought of, so you can of course change it to what you need, like you do you. But yeah, that's the first floor. And then on the second floor there is again the living room, which I don't know why, but it just kind of ended up working out because I do put these skylights in, both on the, well, I guess the second floor's roof and then the third floor's roof, and they are from the not Jungle Adventure, it's called Island Living, there we go. They're from the Island Living expansion pack, and there's like skylights, they're beautiful. There are a few different swatches of them, and basically just put them on a floor and they will basically be a window on the floor, and I think they included it in that pack so that you could have them on like an ocean, like not an ocean build, but you know what I mean. So like you can look down into the ocean on like, I don't know, a porch or whatever. So yeah, I use them as kind of a skylights. And so obviously because they're skylights, I can't really put a wall there. So it ended up being this like huge room on the second floor. So I was like, what am I gonna do with this? So I just decided to make that into the living room. So yeah, the living room is on the second floor. I know that might be a little bit weird, but I think it works out pretty well in the end. And then also on the second floor, there are again some hallways and bathrooms. There's also, again, I edited out most of the hallways, so you won't see me do this, but one of the hallways on the second floor, I kind of made a little bit of like a mini living room. So it's not always that like everyone in the family is going to want to watch the same thing maybe. So there's a little bit of a second living space there as well. It's very small, but it's really cute. I really like it. There's a fireplace there. There is a TV there, you know, everything you need. And then there's also the 2 teens room and a kids room. So yeah, that's kind of like the kids of this house. So yeah, and then on the third floor there is the parents' bedroom, a bathroom, and a walk-in closet. So yeah, that's kind of like what is in this house. So it's pretty big, but it's only for a family of 4. I did also make space for both a cat and a dog. So yeah, you can have whatever you need or want, but I did put in things for both of them. So yeah, it's again a huge build. There's a lot to do, and of course there is the exterior as well, which I had a lot of fun with. There's a lot of exterior space, so there is a pool outside. There's also a, like, is it called an onsen, hot springs, whatever. It came with the Snow Escape expansion pack, and so it's, from at least what I know, it's a Japanese kind of like hot springs, where usually like you would have like in the world of Mount Komorebi there is an onsen. I think that's how you say it. I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but there's an onsen lot where like, again, it's basically like a spa, but like not a spa. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, yeah, so I used that as well in this build. There's also a lot of like lounge spaces, so I put some lounge chairs. There's some like couches, stuff like that. There's also an outdoor dining space, and you won't see me do this because I completely forgot to put a barbecue outside. I don't know how I forgot that, but I did. But I do put it out in the end, or put one in the end. But you won't see me do it, but it is in the screenshots. So I do end up putting a like keyboard where the outdoor dining space is, and so I end up removing that and putting the barbecue there instead because it just fitted very well. There's also a bar outside, and on the like there's a lot of like balcony space, but on the third floor where the parents' bedroom is, there is a, I don't know, like again, like porch balcony area, and on that one I put the hot tub that we got with spa day, I'm pretty sure. Sorry if that cut weirdly, I had to cough. Again, I'm still sick, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I put the like a hot tub out there, and then also I put like just again some more lounge spaces. There's another bar up there, and then there's also kind of a greenish house. I don't really like a greenhouse-ish, I don't know, but in there I ended up putting 2 massage tables and also just some like lounge spaces, stuff like that. So I was thinking that maybe like, again, because I was imagining that people that live here, they have some money. Like, to have a penthouse, you have to have some money. So maybe they rent a massage? A masseuse. And so they have, you know, they get some massages. I don't know. But yeah, I did put 2 of those massage tables as well. And yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun putting a lot of things in this house. And yeah, again, there's home gym. And I didn't know what to do with the, what ends up being the music room, because again, like I didn't know, because we already had an office, we already have a home gym. I didn't want to do a like home spa room, and I think it was a little bit too small for that. And then I don't know, like an art room didn't really fit as well, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do like a music room, and it ended up working out pretty well. But I don't know, it might be a little weird. And again, like if you want to have, I don't know, another child, or your Sims interest is like art or whatever, like you can make that room into whatever you want. Or if you want to have a guest house, or a guest bedroom, or literally whatever, you can do whatever you want with that room. I just ended up making it into like a music room, but you don't have to have it as a music room if you don't want to. But yeah, so I want to apologize. Again, I know I've already mentioned it, but I want to apologize in case this voiceover is really weird. I feel like I messed up a lot already, but again, I am still sick. I've been sick for 3 weeks now. It's great. I have a little bit more of a voice now, but I'm still sick. And my cough is gone, thank God. Last week I literally had the worst cough ever, and I could not sleep. I couldn't do anything. It was so bad, but thankfully that is kind of gone. It comes back if I talk a lot and if I laugh. So like I can't laugh. I say as I laugh, but like anytime I laugh, you know, I just feel the need to cough. And I also have asthma already, so like that doesn't help with that. But yeah, so I just want to apologize ahead of time because this is literally an hour-long video. And yeah, I don't know, I also feel like I've been talking very fast, which I always do, but like I'm also very tired, which I will be talking about like why I'm tired later on probably, but yeah, I'm just very tired as well, so I just want to apologize. And hopefully you guys stick around for the end of the video, but I totally understand if you don't. Like, I totally understand. But yeah, I wanted to also mention a few different things about this house, not about this house, but like a few things that I wanted to just mention and kind of like highlight about when I was building it and stuff like that. So in the pool area, you will see that first off, I put the kind of like, with the Horse Ranch expansion pack, we have this like huge, which looks like a football, but it's basically a toy that like the horses can play with, and it's adorable when the horses do. But I put it in the pool to kind of make it look like a like pool ball, like a pool, like, you know those like inflatable like balls that you can put in a pool. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're called, but anyways, you know what I mean. One of those in the pool, because like it looks a little, maybe like it looks right, but like when you see me do it and like when you find out that it's actually for a horse, you might be like, what? Mal, have you lost your marbles? And probably yes at this point, but that's why it's there, because I feel like it looked like one of those like pool floaties, whatever. And I also, of course, put some like lounge pool floaties, whatever. Can you tell that I'm great at English? I'm so sorry. But yeah, and so then I also put obviously like the ladder to go down into the pool, but then I also wanted to put the thing where you can like jump off of and like make tricks into the pool that we got with the Get Together expansion pack. I wanted to put that somewhere, but it just looked off everywhere because it just looked very random. So I ended up putting it on like I don't know, it's so weird, I don't know how to explain it, but I ended up putting it between two half walls on the kind of like second, like another part, I guess, of the balcony, porch, outdoor area, whatever, because it's kind of sectioned off into like 3 areas, at least like the main part, and there's obviously like a few different other areas as well, but like 3 main areas, and they're sectioned off by the height of the, not the terrain, what is it called, the platform. So they're different platform heights, and so I put it on another platform height and kind of put it between 2 half walls, and it looks great. Like, I think it fitted in very well, and I was 100% like sure that it was not gonna work. Like, I was so prepared for that not to work, because I thought that because it's on a different platform level and, you know, whatever, that it's not gonna work. But I playtested this entire house and I didn't have to change anything, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think there was anything I had to change, and yeah, so it worked, and I was so pleased with that because I loved it and it looks so cute. And then also in the pool area, and in the end I actually ended up doing it for a few different areas as well, but you won't see me do it, but you will see it in the screenshots. But basically, you will see that from the half walls, because for kind of the fencing, I mixed up using half walls and a glass fence that we got with the Get Together pack, I'm pretty sure. But I ended up using a mix between them because I just think it looked better than just having like glass. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but like I feel like if I would have used, I almost said juiced, that's not correct. If I would have just used the glass one, I feel like it would have looked, I don't know, just a little bit weird. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but anyways, so I ended up using a mix between those two. But on the kind of like half wall part, I ended up finding this light, and I put it again like at the kind of like the top of the half wall, if that makes any sense. So it looks like from the half wall there's like light coming down, and I have never seen this light before. Like, I didn't even know it existed, but I was going through the light section to find lights to put there. I feel like I've said lights a lot. But I was going through the light section, and I saw this, like, light or object or whatever in the menu, and I was like, why does it look like it's empty? Like, why does it look like there's nothing there? And so I pulled it out, and I realized that it was just this light beam, sort of, that makes this beautiful, I don't know, just like, again, just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it looks beautiful, and it's this kind of just like light rod that then there's light coming down from it, and it works perfectly on those half walls. And I also ended up using it in the parents' bedroom because I make this kind of like custom headboard, which I will talk about, don't worry. But yeah, I ended up using those lights, and it's from the high school years expansion pack. So I just wanted to mention that because I know some people might be like, where did you get those lights from? Like, is that a new feature with the half walls or whatever? But it's not. It's just this light, and it works perfectly for half walls. So I'm probably going to do that in other builds because it just looks so good. And then also for this house, as you probably can tell, it is very modern, but I decided to go for kind of a neutral color scheme because I just feel at home with that. And again, I don't build a lot of modern, but when I do, I've realized recently that I really, really like using like black and neutral colors, because otherwise if you use just white, which is very modern, like I feel like using just white is very, very modern, but if you use just white, I've said that like 5 times now, I'm so sorry, but yeah, if you do, it just kind of ends up looking empty. And if you know anything about me, it's that I don't like when anything is empty. I love me some clutter. I love just, like filling up spaces. I hate when there's empty space. So yeah, I just kind of went for this color scheme and it went perfectly. And when you have that kind of like darker brown swatch, which I do have on the half walls and like that's the kind of like the main color of the exterior, at least on like the walls and stuff like that, and it ends up being this dark brown, and then having the light like coming down of the half wall, it looks so good, and it looks kind of, I don't know, like modern and luxurious. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does, at least to me. I don't know about you guys, but it does to me. So yeah, and I also, that wallpaper that I end up using for the exterior, the like main wallpaper, the dark brown one, is from the Book Nook kit, which is a little bit random, but like it worked out perfectly. And then I also used this stone wallpaper that came with the fitness stuff pack. I think it's just called the fitness stuff pack. I actually used a lot of the fitness stuff pack in this build, which that is an underrated stuff pack. It has some great build and buy items, and also cast items. Like, I really do love this stuff pack, and it works perfectly when you're doing modern stuff. So I think for the gym, like home gym, I used the appliances. The gym equipment like came from the stuff pack as well. So yeah, there's a lot from that stuff pack in this build, and honestly I'm pretty sure that I used almost every single DLC we have for The Sims 4. Don't quote me on that, but I might have. I am so sorry if I did. The complete list of all the packs and stuff like that I used will be down below. As always, if you didn't know, in all my speed builds, I always, like, in the description box, I put the lot size, the price that the house ends up being, where I built the house, and also like all the packs that I use for this particular house. Like, so any speed build I have, they're always listed down below. That's just easier for you guys, and I got a lot of questions about it, like, I don't know, like a year ago maybe, so I started doing it, and yeah, it's just like made things easier for a lot of people. To just see like, oh, these are the packs that I need to have this build. Obviously, you can still download this build if you don't have all the packs. Some things might be missing or replaced by things that you do have in the game, but I don't know. The main thing, I guess, is that I did not use any CC in this build at all. I did use the tool mod, of course, which, if you didn't know, the tool mod is an absolutely amazing mod by Twisted Mexi, I think is how you pronounce it. And what you say, I think so. And I would not be able to build anymore without that mod and the better build and buy mod, which basically makes it so that the debug menu and live edit menu is already like in the catalog. It's amazing, and it's kind of like sorted and stuff like that. And I also always have those two mods linked down below as well. And the tool mod is basically just a mod where you can like resize objects and like move them up and down and like, do whatever, and I use it all the time, and especially for like rugs and like paintings, because sometimes you need a rug with a like very specific size, and you find a rug that you like, but it's not the right size, and it is the most annoying thing ever. So I just use a tool mod to kind of change it. However, you don't need the tool mod installed to download this build or any build that I have made. Basically, it's just a tool that I use, and then it stays like that. So like, if you download the build, it's gonna still stay like that, which I think it's amazing that you don't need it. So it's not like custom content or anything like that. It's just a mod, which makes it easier for me to build. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because, I don't know, just the tool mod is so handy, and sometimes you will see me use it and you might be like, what is that? But yeah, it's the tool mod by Twisted Mexi, and again, it is also linked down below if you want it. And yeah, what else was it that I wanted to mention with this house? Yeah, maybe I should actually mention the kids and like their personalities. So again, there ends up being 2 teen rooms, and a kid's room. So the first bedroom you will see me do is for a teen. Obviously you can have also a young adult in there, but I was thinking a teen. And I was thinking that they're very into music, but also they're just, they're into whatever. So one of the packs that I actually ended up using for this build is Journey to Batuu, which I don't use too often because I know a lot of people don't like it and a lot of people don't have it. However, for this one I decided to use it because it does have some great objects for, I don't know, for this type of build. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I did use some like Star Wars themed things in that bedroom, which I think ended up looking super cute, and it's, I think, my favorite out of the kids' rooms. It's so cute. I don't know if cute is the right word, but like, I don't know, it just ends up looking amazing, at least in my opinion. I don't know if you guys would think so, but I think it ends up looking amazing. And yeah, I really like it. Again, I was thinking that they're into music, but then I also put like one of those computers that we have that looks like maybe you're streaming. You don't have to, obviously, like, because a lot of people have computers like that and they don't stream, they just like to game. But yeah, I put that in there as well, so maybe he's into gaming. And by the way, for my save file, if I say he, it's because in my save file I'm going to have a male sim living there, like a male teen. Obviously you can have whoever you want. I don't care. I really don't, like, have whoever you want, but I think for my save file I'm going to have a male sim there. At least I think so. I'm not 100% sure yet. So yeah, and then the second kids bedroom you will see me do is the actual kids bedroom. And in there I used a bed from the high school years expansion pack, and I used it in this swatch, which I have never used before because I have such a hard time using it and like finding a place to use it. And it's the swatch with what looks like a basketball player on it, and like, if you know, like, you will see it obviously when I do that room, but then also if you have seen that pack before, the beds that come with that pack, you will also know what I mean because it's very distinctive. But yeah, so I ended up using that bed, and that kind of set the tone for the entire room. So I was thinking that that kid is very into sports, maybe they will be a famous athlete growing up, I don't know. But then I also of course put some like other just kids stuff in there. Like I put the void critter, is that what it's called, or is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I put like that where you can play with the void critters in their room as well. And yeah, I just think it ends up being really cute. And then the third quote unquote kids bedroom is for, again, another teen. And honestly, I know I've said this so many times before because I feel like any time now that I just do a bedroom that is like, I'm just like, that is a bedroom I would have. But this bedroom is something I would have and is pretty close to what I have, because I was thinking that that teen is a gamer and really just likes games. And originally I was gonna make it so that they had the like YouTube station thingy. I don't know how to explain that, but we got it with the Get Famous expansion pack, and I was going to put that in there, but then I just thought it would look very weird, so instead I just ended up putting like a computer and stuff like that. But maybe they do streaming and, you know, whatever, or maybe again they're just a gamer, I don't know. But I was thinking that they're a gamer, and I ended up using the bed that we got with the pastel pop kit but in the black swatch, and it looks so pretty. Like, I don't know, I love it so much, and that is definitely a bedroom that I would have IRL because it's very much my vibe. My entire like setup when it comes to my computer and stuff like that is black, and then I have purple LEDs like behind my monitor, and all the lights in my PC are purple, and my keyboard is purple, and my like, what's it called? The mouse mat that I have has like an LED around it, and it is also purple. So, you know, if you didn't know, I like purple. It's my favorite color. I basically made it into my personality at this point. So yeah, there's definitely a bedroom that I would like to have myself, if I do say so. And yeah, I said myself before I said if I do say so, because usually I say if I do say so myself, but I just ended up switching the words around, so I'm so sorry about that. And then again, like I said before, on the third floor there's the parents' bedroom, and the parents' bedroom ends up being really big. And again, it has these like skylights coming in, so I couldn't really like wall it off differently or whatever. And because the balcony, I don't know what to call it, so I'm gonna call it a balcony, that leads off of the bedroom is on a platform, the bedroom itself had to be on a platform. So the door into the bedroom is like, there's kind of this like mini staircase made by platforms, so it just looks better. But yeah, the parents' bedroom ends up being really big, and so there actually ends up being a fireplace in there with like some chairs and stuff like that, and there also ends up being a vanity in there and, you know, stuff like that. And then, as I mentioned, I make this kind of like custom headboard, and I make it out of this like wall decoration that we got with the, I want to say, the Dine Out game pack. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's either from that pack or it's from the Spot 8 game pack, but I'm pretty sure it's from the Dine Out Dine Out expansion pack, not expansion pack, the game pack. Anyways, so yeah, I end up using that, and then I put these shelves that we got with the base game. Why do you say it like that? We got with base game, and they have this like on the side. There's this little like circular things which kind of like indicates that like it ends there, but it's on the left side. So on the right side of the bed, I decided to again use the tool mod and flip it like 180 degrees, so it ends up being on the right side, so it kind of just like looks, I don't know, it looks better that way in my opinion, which this might be a little weird to explain, but you will obviously see me do it when I do the parents' bedroom. I just thought I'd mention it now in case I end up going on a rant and then forget to mention it while I'm doing the parents' bedroom. But yeah, so I end up using those shelves, and then I just clear them up, and then as I mentioned before, I do end up using that, again, that wall light that came with the high school years expansion pack that I used with the half walls. I end up using it for that to kind of like make it an illuminating effect. And then I also use these books, which you would have seen me probably do. I don't know if I do it anywhere else in this house, but I've started to do it in a lot of different houses that I've done, because in the book nook kit we obviously got a few different like books and stuff like that, but we have this shelf that looks like 3 or 4 books that are stacked, and basically I've just started to do it. So like obviously you can have them as shelves because I am a reader. I am on the I am on Book Talk a lot, I am on Book YouTube a lot, Booktube, I guess, a lot, Bookstagram and stuff like that. So I've seen, like, those shelves are a thing. Like, those quote-unquote floating shelves are a thing. But I have started to do it so that I've just kind of had that, like, resting on something. So it looks like the books are just stacked on top of each other on, like, a table or a bedside table or something like that. And I use them in the parents' bedroom, and I just thought I'd mention that because some people might be like, we don't have that object, and it's like, yes we do, but it's a shelf, which actually, side note, I wish we had more of like neatly stacked books like that on the side as a decoration, but obviously it works completely fine for this, like it works fine to just use them even though they're shelves. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that I made the custom headboard because I don't know, I wasn't like planning on doing it, but then I don't know, I was going through the beds and then I realized that I wanted to use this bed that came with I want to say C-Sense, and it doesn't have a headboard. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a headboard. So I did, and I do think it ends up looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. See, this time I got it right, like the words. Sorry, I'm very tired. But yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else I want to mention. Oh yeah, actually, you will have seen me do, like, for the first like half of me doing the interior, I used these curtains all over the house that came with City Living, but then I realized that, like, I keep forgetting that we have these curtains, but then I realized we have these curtains from the Desert Luxe kit, I'm pretty sure. I think so. And basically you can just change out the like curtain quote unquote rod, because that comes as like a separate object if that makes any sense. So I decided to change out all the curtains in the house to these ones, and then I just size that curtain rod thingy up to 1.1, and then kind of just like raise them into into place with the tool mod again, so that it just like looks better, because obviously like I wanted the specific swatch of the curtains, but the curtain rod itself that it originally comes with, the color just didn't match the rest of the house. So I decided to just like change the rod, quote unquote rod, because it's like wooden, but you know what I mean. So in the screenshots you will see that there are like different curtains in like the office and the like what's it called, the kitchen and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention it. So you're just like, you're watching the screenshot and you're like, where did those curtains that you originally put go? But yeah, I changed them out all over the house because I just thought that these ones just looks better, in my opinion at least. But yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else I want to mention about the build. As always, if you have any questions about the build, or about like an object that I used, or like literally whatever, just feel free to ask them in the comments, like ask that question in the comments, and I will answer it as best as I can. I honestly can't believe that I went like 40 minutes with like about talking about the build, because I don't normally do that. Again, I ramble a lot usually, but again, this is a huge build and I wanted to mention a lot of things, and I've actually gotten better about talking about the build, which is probably good, because like I should be talking about the build more than I do sometimes. But I am pretty sure there wasn't anything else I wanted to mention. I don't think so. Again, just ask me otherwise in the comments. But yeah, how has your guys' week been? I hope it's been good. Mine has been good. I started school on Monday, which I talked about last week in my video that I posted last week. And by the way, thank you so much to everyone who in the comments were just like excited for me to go back to school and was just like wishing me the best and stuff like that. Like that really meant a lot, because I was really nervous to go back to school, because again, if you missed last week's video, quick recap, I quit school last year, basically a year ago, because of mental health reasons and stuff like that. I needed a break, and thankfully I was in a position where I could take a break, and then now I am feeling a lot better. Like I'm still mentally ill, don't get me wrong, but I feel a lot better. So I was like, you know what, I want to go back to school, but I'm only doing like 3 classes. Well, I'm starting out with 2 classes, and then I'm putting on the 3rd one in a couple weeks. And so I had my first day on Monday, and then this is going out Friday, and so then I've had my second day, because I only have it Monday and Friday these first like 3 weeks, and then I am also, because I'm putting out the other class as well, then I will have it on Thursday and Wednesdays as well. But yeah, so far so good. I did it. I was really nervous about it, and it was like a little bit hard, but I did it, and now I feel really good about it. I got like my books and stuff like that, and I started with things, and it feels good, and the people there are so nice, because the place that I'm like going to is a place where like it's very individual. Like they literally said that like some days like you just have an off day, like sometimes you just have an off day, like you have one of those days like you don't want to talk to people, or like you're really tired, or you know, whatever. And basically at this place where I'm studying, I can just say that to my teachers and they will be like, okay, that's totally fine, we can do something else today, like we don't have to do the hardest thing, and you know, whatever. So I am so thankful for that, because I basically like I got burnt out of school as well, because I've always been very high achieving, and I've always also been very sick throughout my school years. So I got burnt out, which is not good. Like being 18 years old, which I was last year, and being burnt out is not good at all. It shouldn't happen, but it did for me, sadly, and it does happen for a lot of youths. That's what you want to call us, which is quite unfortunate, because like we shouldn't burn out at such a young age. But thankfully, again, I was in a position where I could take a break, and now I'm back and I have a very good system in place. So yeah, it's been very nice to go back, and I am very happy to go back, and so yeah, it's been fun. And I started reading my English book, which is Eleanor Oliphant. I want to say, I have no idea if that's how you pronounce her last name, is completely fine, is the title of the book, and I have been meaning to read that for so long, but now I started, and I really like it so far. She's very odd, but I like it. She's not maybe like a likable character per se, but she's, I don't know, she's something, and I really like it so far. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who in the comments were just like very proud of me and stuff like that, because thank you. That means a lot. Like, I love you guys so much, and I know I've said it before, and I know I say it like all the time, but I really do love you guys, and I appreciate all of you, because like, it's just small things like that. It's the sweetest thing, and yeah, I don't know, just, it's so sweet. Which, by the way, I also do have a Discord server which you can join if you want to. So if you want to interact with me more or whatever, just, you can join that and put whatever you want in there. But yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that, give you a quick update on school and stuff like that. But yeah, I am very tired though. It is Wednesday for me right now, and on Monday when I started school, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep. And my sleep schedule has been really off the past couple of weeks, so like it kind of made sense for me to, like, for that to happen. But yeah, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and then I didn't have school. Like, I didn't have to go into school until 9:30. So I had 6 hours to kill, and then I was in school, and then I got home at like 3 p.m. ish, and I just crashed. Like, I fell asleep, and then I fell asleep around like 4 p.m. I want to say, and then I woke up at 1 a.m., like 1:30 a.m., and then fell back asleep at 4 a.m., and then woke up at 1 p.m. So I slept a lot the day after, like a lot. And then yesterday, which was Tuesday for me, I kind of like woke up, and I was just like, again, I woke up at 3 p.m. When did I wake up? 1 p.m. something like that. I think like, yeah, 1:30 p.m. I think, or something like that. And then I just like went to the store quickly with my mom and stuff like that. And then I got home, I was doing Sim stuff, and then one of my friends messaged me and was like, hey, like, do you want to play Val? And I was like, yes, please. Because like, I needed, like, sometimes you just like need to talk to people. So I was like, yes, please, I'm down. And so we ended up playing Val, and then I met one of our other friends who's super nice, and now I have another friend. And then I went to try to sleep at like 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep. So at 5 a.m., like, I tried to sleep for 4 hours. I was like, you know what? I can't sleep. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna play some Val, because of course, what else would you do? And I was checking if one of my friends was on, and he wasn't, so I was like, oh, okay then, I might as well just play a few games by myself. And so I played like 2 games, and then I got into this game with this very, very nice dude, and it was just like such a vibe, so I friended him, and then it ended up being that he streamed, which was super fun. And so I ended up playing with him, and I ended up being in a stream and stuff like that, and it was so much fun. I will actually link him down below, because he deserves all the love, because then it ended up turning into a 12-hour stream. So when I got there, he had streamed for like 7 hours already, and then he streamed for 12 hours. So I was there until the end. It was a very long time. So then I didn't fall asleep again until like 12. So basically, my sleep schedule is very fucked right now. So yeah, that's basically how I got through this, and that's why I'm very tired right now, because I was up so long playing Valorant with him and his chat and stuff like that, and everyone is so nice. Like, his little community there is like the nicest. And everyone, please go and follow him on Twitch and just like send him all the love. And if you ever do pop by a stream and you're there because of me, just say that Mal sent you, because he will know who it is. And yeah, it was just so much fun, and I ended up being the DJ for the entire stream when I was there, and it was super fun. It like ended up being like as a coincidence, because I was listening to music, and then he started listening along, which meant that the stream was hearing it. And then I just ended up being the DJ, and it was like the funniest thing ever, and people there were so nice, and yeah, so I just ended up playing Valorant for a very long time yesterday. And yeah, so again, I will link him down below. Please go follow him and show him all the love because he's so nice. His community is so sweet. So yeah, it kind of reminded me of my own. And I was just like, I found my people. But yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. And then it's Wednesday right now, Wednesday night, and then I'm gonna record this and then I might go back to bed because I feel very tired. There's also been something with my eyes this like the past couple of days where like they've just been hurting. Like even if I'm taking eye drops, like whatever I'm doing, no matter if I get a lot of sleep and not enough sleep, like whatever, my eyes are just hurting and it's not great. So I don't know what's up with that. I might have to contact doctors about that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Also, my friend yesterday got me into watching One Piece, which I have been against because that is a commitment, but he was like, he really sold me on it, so now we're watching it together, and yeah, I'm watching One Piece now. It's a commitment, for sure, but so far so good. Wish me luck, please. If you didn't know, One Piece is an anime. I feel like everyone knows what One Piece is, even though if you haven't like watched it, everyone knows One Piece. So yeah, it's a commitment, but I am down for it. And again, so far so good. But yeah, so what have you guys been up to? I don't know. I just kind of ended up like telling you guys all that I've been doing. But yeah, I really hope that you guys are well and stuff like that. I am again still sick as well, so there's that. I I don't know what in me thought that posting a like hour-long video would be a good idea when I'm sick. Like I don't know who I think I am, but apparently I think I'm him. If you know with that. But anyways, yeah. So I hope that you guys are well. I really do. Oh yeah, one thing I did actually want to mention about this build, which I should have mentioned like so long ago. I actually ended up using like the doors that I use into all the rooms in the apartment, in the build, in the penthouse, whatever you want to say. They are actually from Eco Lifestyle, and they are a 2-tile wide door, which I never use, and I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be an outdoor, or like a door to the outdoors, so like a front door, but I ended up using it as an indoor door. That doesn't make any sense, does it? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I ended up using that, which was questionable, but I actually think it ends up looking really good and kind of just like modern and luxurious. And so yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I feel like otherwise I might get a comment being like, Mal, why did you use an outdoor door indoors? And that's why. But yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about now. I made it 53 minutes talking about nothing. Actually, I talked about the build mostly, but then I talked about me and myself, and me, myself, and I. And so yeah, I just thought I'd mention the door, and then now I don't know what to talk about. Oh, actually, I can talk about this since I don't have anything else to talk about. I tweeted about this when this happened. So a couple of days ago, I was in bed and I it was like, okay, right, picture me. It's 5 a.m. I am in bed. When I want to sleep, and I'm taking sleeping medication and like everything, and then I get an ad from my friends in a server that I have. So I obviously have my YouTube server, then I also have another server for like friends of mine and stuff like that. And so I get like a ping in that server, which is very rare. So I was like, why am I getting a ping in the server? Because normally people just DM me. But apparently there was like an issue, because we have a Minecraft server, and there was like an issue or whatever, and they needed me to be on to solve this or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm literally in bed. Do you need me right now? And they were like, no, we can set a time, because they needed 2 other people as well, and they wasn't responding as well. And by the way, like all my friends, well, not all my friends, but most of my friends are US. So like they're in a different time schedule than I am, or like time zone, so for them it made sense to be up at that point. For me, not so much. And so I was like, do you really need me right now? Like, I'm in bed. And they were like, no, never mind, like we will set a time because we need these other 2 people as well. And then like an hour later, or like 40 minutes later, it is almost 6 a.m. at this point, I get a ping again, and I haven't fallen asleep yet, even though I've taken my sleep medication. I don't know why. But anyways, and I get a ping again, and they're like, get on, we need you. And I was like, dude, I'm in bed. Do you really need me? And they were like, yes, we do. So I got out of bed to be a part of a Minecraft trial. That's why they needed me. They needed me as a juror in a civil court case in Minecraft. Because again, we have a Minecraft server. And like, that sounds okay, right? Like, that sounds like, okay. There was a whole ass courtroom, like an actual courtroom they had built. Why? I don't know. But they had built a whole ass courtroom, and like, I was a juror, and there was another person that was a juror, there was a judge, there were a defendant, and a like, what's it called? The person who like, usually it's a prosecutor, like the person that like, you know, wants whatever. And it was literally about land, and we had a whole ass like trial about it, and it lasted an hour, over an hour. So yeah, I didn't go to bed until very, very early that morning. Or like not even early, it was like 8 a.m. when I went to bed after that. So yeah, if anyone ever questions like my what's it called, my dedication to my friends, like what I'm willing to do for my friends, just take this. I'm willing to get out of bed at the butt crack of dawn to be part of a Minecraft court case that I don't actually care about because I don't play on the server that much. But like, you know what? I did it because they're my friends and I love them. And it ended up being kind of fun. And it's kind of fun to say that I did that. Like, I was part of an actual Minecraft trial. We ended up having like, obviously a decision on the case or whatever. The person, like the defendant didn't even, he was like, no. He was like, I'm gonna be a sore loser and like not do this. And so that was the whole thing. We had to do that like the day after and whatever. But yeah, so those are my friends. I have some weird friends, but it was really fun and I love my friends. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. I don't remember when this was. It must have been like Sunday. Like Sunday morning or something. But yeah. I have a weird friend group, and also they kept making me laugh, and because I was having a cough, I couldn't laugh, and so then one of my friends literally tweeted #Don'tMakeMal laugh, which by the way I've retweeted as well, so if you go to my Twitter you will see it. But yeah, so that ended up being a thing. #Don'tMakeMal laugh ended up being an actual thing, and that's hilarious to me because who does that? Apparently my friends. But yeah. That's what I've been up to. Are your friends like this? Would you do this for your friends? Would you get up out of bed for being part of a court case in Minecraft that you don't actually care about? I don't know, let me know, because I feel like it might be a little bit weird to do that, but you know, here I am. Actually, see, I ended up being able to talk about something for the rest of the video. I am smart, I know what to do. We're almost done with the video, which is incredible. But yeah, anyways, that's basically it for this video, and I really hope you liked it, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!